excited for this one. Let's take a look at the Bonza Kit, y'all. Been a long time coming. What is up, my fellow vape heads? B-Man Vapor back again with another review. And what I'm going to be reviewing today, something I've been waiting for quite some time now. I believe this thing has been in development for well over a year. And he finally came out with it. And his RDA, he has done some amazing improvements on, and we'll talk about that as well. But what I am talking about and what I'm going to be reviewing is the Bonza Kit from the Vaping Bogan. Now this motherfucker here is amazing. It is a 21700 Mech Mod, fully mechanical. It's a copper tube. With the new and improved version 1.5 Bonza RDA on it. This son of a bitch right here is fucking tits, man. It was well worth the wait. You can definitely tell he put a good year into developing this. It is just perfection to its best. And it's a high quality, affordable high quality mech mod. In my opinion, the standards and the performance and quality of this is right up there with any of your high-end mech tubes that you're going to pay $200-300. This ain't even over $100. This is under $100 mech mod and is well worth it. Excuse me. He went through Vandy Vape again. This is Vandy Vape's first tube mod that they have ever made. So, you know, it took quite a while for them to get it down. And who better for them to collaborate with on their first tube than the Bogan. He is a mech mod connoisseur, and they couldn't have picked a better chap to make a mech mod with. This son of a bitch is awesome, man. Hits like a champ. And you can also use in this, if you don't have 21700 batteries, you can also use 2700 batteries, or they have an adapter where you can use 18650s. But if you got a 21700 mech mod, get you some 21700s, because there's nothing that beats the performance, the power, the battery life of a 21700. My opinion, I would definitely suggest Samsung 30Ts. They are amazing. That's what I got in here. So enough chit chat. Let's take a rip real quick, and I'll show you the vapor production. Fucking amazing. Dense, thick clouds. It is a fucking cloud chucker, man. Fucking awesome. I'm vaping on today some Hawaiian Pog from Naked POG. This shit right here is fire. And if any of you ever wonder what kind of nicotine level I vape, normally on my day-to-day, I vape a 6 milligram nicotine. If I'm tricking, or, you know, I'm going to be hit after hit after hit, you know, doing O's and tricks and shit, I prefer a 0 to a 3 milligram nicotine. But on my day-to-day, I vape a 6 milligram. But yeah, Hawaiian Pog, this shit's pretty damn good. It is a an orange, I believe orange passion fruit, or no, it is an orange, oh man, what the hell is the damn, fuck, I can't think, orange guava. It's fucking awesome. There's another flavor in there I can't think of right now. Pineapple, I believe. I believe it's an orange pineapple guava flavor. And this shit. And another thing with this new 1.5 RDA, he has deepened the juice well by a mil or so in here, and you can fucking blat the hell out of this. And if you position your coils just right, you'll never get spit back or anything. You can just fucking blast the hell out of it and rip away. And you seen I just dripped it. No gurgle, no spit back, no nothing, man. Just flavor for fucking days. This, I've always said it, you know, I believe that the Bonza RDA has some of the best flavor of any RDA I've ever had. The way he has done his air holes, same with the version 1 RDA. I did a review on the Bonza RDA a little while back. This is the improved one. As you can see, there's no gold ring on the bottom. Like on the first version, he got rid of that shit. There's a little locking section in there. Beefed up the posts, deepened the juice well a little bit. Just everything's beefed up in it. And it's got to be to handle this fucking mech. But anyway, it's enough chit chat. Let's dive down. Let's take a look at it. I'll show you the packaging and everything it comes in. I do have the retail packaging for this. It is just fucking awesome. And then we'll come back up. We'll vape a little bit more. We'll talk pros, cons, price, all that other booze shit that you need to know. So let's get down there and take a look. Oh, fucking Rizite. So here we go. Here is the Bonza Mech Kit. Fucking badass, if I must say. I love this son of a bitch. This is the packaging. This first part here is just the sleeve that goes on it. There's the bottom. There's the top. Vandy Vape, full steams ahead. And then there's that side. Shows a picture of the mech right there. Blah, blah, blah. And then right here is your scratch and sniff. You can scratch off, go online. Make sure you didn't get fucked when you bought this. Make sure it is the authentic product. So, oh, and then here is the specs on the back. See if you can get that there. I don't know if they'll come in worth a shit, but you can have a pause and a read if you want to. If that'll even come in worth a fuck. But anyway, let's pop this bitch out. We'll pull the sleeve off, and then here's the package underneath the sleeve. Pretty fucking rad. On the back, it just says to learn more about our products and how to use, please visit vandyvape.com. That's all that shit says right there. So let's pop this bitch open and see what we got. Pop the lid off, set that aside without throwing it off the table. Bam! You pop the lid off, and you are greeted with your beautiful Mech Mod. Look at this. Look at the packaging too, how they got this all set up. It's fucking gorgeous, man. This right here is for Vandy Vape's first attempt at a Mech Mod. I must say they did a fucking fabulous job, man. This is beautiful. So let's pop the mech out real quick. Right there is your mech. It is a 21700 fully mechanical mech tube. Fucking hybrid on the top. There's your button. It is a telescopic switch that you can, you know, screw in and out like that. It's not the whole giant button. It breaks apart in the middle. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Let's get this shit out of the package first. There is your fucking 1.5 Bonza RDA. Some pretty fucking significant changes he did in this. For the better, I must say. You know, a lot of reviewers and designers, when they do tweaks and shit on a product that was already badass to begin with, they normally fuck it up. They normally, you know, the shit that they change in it is shit that didn't need to be changed. Well, the things that the Bogan has switched on this version of the Bonza RDA is fucking awesome. As you can see, there's no gold ring around the bottom. He has done some improvements on the airflow. Still the honeycomb air holes, you know, like on the original, but the way you can cut it off and shit, the way you can cut it off and shit is a lot different now. We'll go over that here in just a moment. And he has beefed this deck up tremendously, and it's fucking awesome. Anyway, we'll get back to that in just a minute. What else you get in the package? Here you have the switch that it comes pre-installed is magnets. You get two of these little fucking ring magnets in there for the button. I can't get the sons of bitches apart right here right now, but anyway, I don't need to use them. But But yeah, there are 2 magnets in the switch right now, and then you get 2 extra magnets in case those ones lose their strength. Then you get an 18650 battery adapter, same one that we've seen from Vandy Vape on a lot of their other products. It's a pretty nice little sleeve. It works pretty damn good. And then if you do not like the magnets in the switch, he has included a spring. That way you can take the magnets out of the switch and put a spring in it, if you so choose. That way everybody is fucking happy, as he says. But anyway, let's pop this fucking styrofoam out of here. You're greeted with your, you got your usual deck of cards. You got your battery safety and shit, and it talks about your 510 pin that you want protruding if you're using it on a hybrid Mech Mod or anything hybrid. You do want your 510 to be protruding pretty nicely. And the new Bonza definitely has that. The old one did too, but I'm just saying. But anyway, you do get that. And then you get your warranty card that you can, fill out and mail in if you so choose. And then this pretty extensive, nice little user's manual, which is pretty badass. This is the retail packaging. This is what, if you was to buy this is exactly how it would come, depending on what color. I've got the wrinkled black, copper tube. They do have the stainless steel, and here in the near future, I believe the 15th of January, which is right around the corner, he is coming out with the extensions for the tube, so you can dual it up. And there's going to be different sleeves and shit. Well, I'll show you this sleeve section and what that's for here in just a minute. But here is the Bonza manual. It's a pretty nice little book. I believe it has it in every fucking language known to man. Same thing Vandy Vape does with any of their products. And it's pretty extensive. I mean, it goes through and shows you pretty much anything you could possibly need to know is in here. Straighten this out. I'm fucking knocking the camera all over the damn place. So let's see what else we get in here. You get a bag of spares. You got your old trusty little blue screwdriver, like always. You get a little Allen key for your squonk pin. You do get a squonk pin in here. Some extra post screws. Of course, your O-rings. There is a 510 adapter if you want to use your preferred 510 drip tips. And one thing that is nice that he has included in this one that he did not include in the original Bonza RDA is he has added some extra posts, or not posts, but clamps. That was one gripe of mine with the first one. If you drop a clamp and you fucking lose it, you're shit out of luck because you don't have any extras. But he has included some extra clamps in here, which is real fucking nice. And then you get this extra O-ring here, which is pretty fucking nice. This O-ring goes for the sleeve section on the Mech. I'll show you that here in a minute. And this one is a clear one. And I'll tell you why he put a clear one in here instead of another black one. The clear one is for the new sleeve sections that are going to come out with this. There are some, I believe, Delrin sleeves that he's got coming out that are kind of see-through a little bit. So when you got your new sleeve on here, you can see the black O-ring through it. So he included a clear one. That way you can swap that out and you won't see the fucking O-ring in there. But anyway, yep, that's the shit that fucking comes in this. Put this shit back in the box. Get this out of the fucking way. Let's get back to the task at hand. Here is the fucking Mech. Let me throw this bitch together real quick and show you what she looks like. Now, the reason the Bogan put this sleeve section on here, which is fucking genius, man. I don't know too many Mech creators that have done this with their mechs. One thing that always irritates me is if I get a Mech and my RDA and the fucking logos do not line up. It's kind of an OCD thing, but with this, he has added this sleeve section, so once you have it screwed in and everything's all together, you can twist this sleeve around and you can line up your fucking logos, which is fucking genius, man. I mean, who thinks of something like that? That is fucking awesome. So anyway, let's jump back to the Mech. We'll talk about it real quick, and then we'll get back to the RDA. Anyway, here is the Mech. It is, like I said, is a 21700. There's three batteries you can use with this. You can go 21700, which is the best, which is what I prefer. If you have a 21700 compatible Mech, you want a 21700. Samsung 30T preferably. They are powerful. Fucking nothing beats a Samsung 30T. I mean, the fucking longevity, the power. It's a 35 amp fucking battery. It's just gorgeous, man. Anyway, you can also use a 2700, and you can use an 18650 with this. But this is just fucking beautiful. I mean, take a look at that. He has included the band that goes around the top. You can't see it on here because it's all blacked out. But around the top of the Bonza, he has this exact design right here. He just decided to put it on his fucking Mech too, which I think is fucking gorgeous, man. This son of a bitch is beautiful. And then of course his logo. He has kind of beefed up his logo a little bit, especially on the new RDA. I don't have the original right here with me. It's at my desk, but the original, the logo was just a tad bit smaller than this one. This one's a little beefed up, and if you can tell, I don't know if you noticed that the drip tips on the Mechs, the cross Mechs on here are a little bit shortened up. He kind of made it, kind of with the times now. Back when a year ago everybody was using them long drip tips, now everybody's kind of dropped down to the goon style drip tips now. It's what everybody uses. But anyway, here is the Mech. A hybrid mechanical mod, as you can see right there on the very top, and then it's got the Bogan signature across the top here. It's a fully copper tube. The one that I have here, like I said, you can get the stainless, and then I believe he has a bunch of other ones that are coming out now. I think he's got the heat treated rainbow. There's a blue one. There's I think a white one. He's got the full murdered out black. It's not not this wrinkled paint, which I love this fucking wrinkled paint. But anyway, let's go back down here. Let's split this sucker in half. This tube does break apart in the middle into two halves, which is kind of fucking nice, when you take it apart, your battery kind of has a cup to sit in. Drop a battery in there real quick. As you can see, when you pop her apart, your battery ain't gonna just fall to the fucking floor. It's kind of got a cup that it sits in, which is a fucking pretty nice idea. And then let's talk about, we'll go back to the top part here real quick, and then we'll drop back down. It's a fully insulated tube. He's got this kind of Delrin plastic piece in here in case your battery has a tear or something. You shouldn't be using a battery with a tear in it. I'm doing a video! You shouldn't be using a battery with a tear in it anyway, but he has added a little bit of extra protection in here with the sleeve in there, and then there's a little Delrin piece down at the very bottom, so your battery does not make a contact with the tube. But anyway, there's that section. We'll drop down to this second section here. Right here is the sleeve that pops off. These are pretty fucking nice. Like I said, he's got a bunch of new ones coming out that you can, interchange them. If you're rocking a different RDA, you can get you a sleeve that'll match that RDA. Pretty fucking nice. And then on the inside here is where your oh shit, whatever the fuck that damn code is called, your quality control, fucking your god damn it, authentic fucking whatever number. But anyway, yeah, so that's the sleeve section. And then the fucking button, and then there is another Delrin piece in here to kind of insulate the tube a little bit. Another little rubber grommet down there in the bottom. But the switch is a telescopic switch. We'll screw it out of there real quick. It screws out just like that. Pretty fucking nice. Like I said, there's a magnet. There's two magnets, one in the top, one in the bottom here, that hold together like that. And then it's a, I believe this is a copper stainless coated, stainless steel coated copper pin. Right there, contact. And then you can, of course, you can adjust this, for your throw. You can twist it, to make it come out a little bit. And that way it can tighten up your battery, get a better connection, whatever you need to do. But yeah, that's pretty much the tube right there on the fucking button as well. He's done this pretty nice. Says Bonza there. Pretty nice fucking little logo. Kind of cool design. It is that wrinkled black on the button as well. And then, like I said, this pretty nice design. Says Bonza for the O. It's a little skull there. I think that's just fucking sweet. But anyway, we'll screw this back in here real quick, and then we'll get to the RDA. Pop this bad boy together. Pretty fucking sharp. Anyway, here is the new and improved Bonza RDA. Real fucking nice. As you can see on the bottom, it does have a protruding 510 pin. And there's a little bit of a peak insulator there that kind of protrudes a little bit, which is perfect for a hybrid mod. That is what you want to see if you're running it on a hybrid fucking mod. Down at the bottom, it says Bonza 1.5 on here. It says VV, and then your that code or whatever, the number of the mech that you have, the one, this is the number of the one it was made in line, you know what I mean, or whatever. I can't think of the fucking what that's called. Anyway, yeah, and then it's signed down here, the Vaping Bogan, manufactured by Vandy Vape. You got your quality control symbols on that side, and then you got your negative screw right there for your negative post. So anyway, screw this bitch together and let's pop her apart. Oh, it is a goon style drip tip on the top. The O-ring is inside the air control part. Just like normal RDAs, most RDAs I should say. The airflow is exactly the same as the original, but he has made it to where you can cut it down a little different. I'll show you that in just a minute. So let's pop the cap off real quick. This RDA here that I have is a copper cap. As you can see inside there, it's kind of patinaed on me a little bit. I have been using this quite a bit. So that's the only thing that sucks about a copper cap on an RDA. The tube, excuse me, the tube being copper, it patina in, kind of gives it character. I like the tube to patina, if it's a fully copper tube. This is a fully copper tube, but it has the wrinkled paint on it, so it's not going to patina as much. But on the inside of the RDA cap is fully copper, so that's going to patina pretty decent, and it does kind of give it a different flavor. I'm not big on copper caps, but that is what he went with here. But anyway, let's pop this open, take the drip tip off real quick, see if I can get this cap off. These O-rings, I will say, the O-rings on this are snug as fuck. Even once you've gotten some juice on it, it still is pretty fucking tight, I must say. That's got to be probably only one con if I had with the RDA, is the O-rings are ridiculously tight. But anyway, here is what he has done with the airflow. There is no more single coil on this RDA, which is kind of shitty, but I never ran it in single coil anyway. But I do know some people that do like to run this on single coil. But with the 1.5, you do not have that option anymore. The way he has done this airflow, which I love, what he's done to this airflow. You can step it down from the top now instead of sideways. So, let me show you what I'm talking about here. We'll pop this back on. Now right there is the air fully open. Now as you can see, you can cut off that top section. And then, you can keep going. You can cut off that second section. Then you just have the bottom row. And then you can cut off that whole bottom row. You can leave, hell, you can have one single hole open. Which, well, I don't know why you'd want to do that. But instead of, like it used to be, this way. You had to cut it off from the side. Now you can still do it like that. but he has given you the option now. You can cut it down from the top down, which I love that. I love having, the way I vape it, I cut off that whole top row and I leave the 2 bottom rows. That's how I vape, and it's a perfect, smooth, just super swishy. Fucking love it, man. But anyway, that's the cap. That's what he's done there. Oh, and one more thing. He has, instead of that, it used to have that gold ring around the base. He got rid of that. And the gold ring is kind of covered by the cap now. And there is a little locking section in here. I don't know if you can see the groove around that cap there that he has put in there. There is a locking section now. That way when you spin your cap, say you cut off your airflow from the side, now you can reposition your top cap to meet the middle of your coil, which is real fucking nice. Anyway, let's move on to this deck. The deck is pretty much the exact same design as the original. He's just beefed it up quite a bit. As you can see, it's a little bit fatter than the original. He beefed up the screws are beefed up. Probably everything in this is beefed up about a mil, I'd say. He has deepened the juice well. I don't know if you can see around my coils. I was too lazy to take my coils out. I should have, so I could show you a little bit better, but I left them in. That way all I gotta do is re-wick it once I'm done showing y'all. But anyway, he has deepened the juice well another extra 2 mils. So I believe this is, let's see, how deep is this juice well? I don't think it says on the package here, but it does say in the manual, but we don't need to get it out. But anyway, it is deeper. It's about 2 mils deeper than the original, which is fucking super ass nice. You can, this son of a bitch here, I'm telling you what, you can dump your fucking juice in here like crazy. And then when you take a rip, you don't get no, especially if you place your coils exactly like I have mine there, right along, right kind of level with the base of the RDA deck right there, you will not get any spit back. You want to keep your coils low in this RDA. That way you get no spit back, no swishy, no nothing. I mean, the air is swishy, but the no spit back or nothing. No gurgle, no nothing with this. It hits fucking beautifully. But yeah, that's about it. And one thing that was a con with the original one that I used to bitch about was the post, the clamp system in there. My clamp always spun out. Like when I was going to put my coil in, I had to keep pushing my clamp back, straightening it back out when I was tightening it, or it would flip out on me. This, now that he has beefed this up, these clamps, or these clamp sections do not spin out now. You can take your screwdriver and fucking push on it and they will not come out, which is super fucking nice. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. That is the new Bonza Kit, the new version 1.5 Bonza RDA, and the new fucking Bonza Mech. This son of a bitch is a working perfection. I have got to say, love it, love it, love it. There is nothing bad I can say about this. For Vandy Vape's first attempt at a mech mod, they fucking knocked it out of the park. And Bogan's first designed mech mod, he killed it, man. He fucking killed it. But yeah, that is it. That is the new Bonza Kit. Fucking mech mod from Vandy Vape and the Vaping Bogan. Let's take it back up top. Let's vape on it a little bit more. We'll talk pros, cons, price, and every fucking thing else. Let's get up there. And there you have it. There is the Bonza Mech Kit. And as you can see from the close-ups, it is a fucking banger, man. Everything is beefed up on that RDA. It's just fucking awesome, man. And that fucking sleeve section that he put on here so you can align your logos up is fucking genius, man. I mean, who thinks of that? There's I get super excited You know, like the Bogan said, I'm the same fucking way. You know, I get super excited when I get a fucking mech or a mod for that matter. My logos line up with my RDA and the logo on the mod. I fucking love that. I mean, it's an OCD thing, but you know, I fucking love when my logos line up, and to put a fucking sleeve section in there so you can, you know, spin it and line your logos up. It's just fucking genius, man. I mean, there's nobody that makes mechs and shit. Even Kennedy, you know, never thought about doing something like that. It's just fucking awesome, man. And then, and he's coming out, I believe, January 15th, I want to say, here real soon. He's coming out with the stack section where you can have double 21700s in here. It'll be a dual. And new sleeve sections so you can mix and match. He's got some, I believe, some resin colored ones that kind of pop out a little bit without the logo on it. Different colored, and he's coming out with a 25 millimeter cap that you can get and pop on here if you don't like the 24 millimeter. Just fucking awesome, man. I cannot say enough good things about this. You know, pros wise, man, all across the board, it is an amazing fucking hitter. And the strip tip on here, if I didn't say any up and close, this strip tip came with the original Bonza, the Bonza version 1, because you get 3 drip tips with when you buy the RDA. Now I've never bought the version 1.5 by itself. I'm assuming it'll come with the same extras that the original Bonza came with, but the original came with 2 extra drip tips. You know, of course, the one that was on it when you got it, you know, pre-installed, and then you get a Delrin, and then this black one that comes with it. So I'm assuming you can buy this separately. I don't know if you can buy the mech by itself. I think you have to buy it as a kit, but you can buy just the RDA by itself if you're not into mechs. But yeah, I'm assuming it'll come with all the same stuff that the version 1 did. But anyway, yeah, it's fucking the tits, man. It is fucking awesome. And as you can see in the fucking close-ups, everything that's so beefed up on here, it's just, it turns an affordable RDA and mech tube into a high-end mech tube, if that makes any sense. It is fucking awesome. You know, and a lot of people don't like this little beveling here, that it, you know, it kind of bevels out a little bit, and you know, that the RDA is not as wide as the mod, but I kind of like that. You know, it kind of gives it character, and it looks, you know, it just kind of sets it apart from any other mech mod. You know, I like it. You know, and you can get probably you can fit probably a 26 up to a 26 millimeter RDA on here, and it'll look fucking smooth. Anything bigger than that's not gonna work. But I mean, it'll work, but it'll look like shit. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you know, pros all across the board. There's so many pros I can say to this. You know, everything's beefed up. You know, the sleeve section, the sleekness of it, the feel, the quality of it. Everything is spot on as far as pros go. The only really cons I can say about this is, you know, the button is a little crunchy. I mean, you know, you're gonna expect that. I mean, it's an affordable mech mod. You know what I mean? If it was a high end, you know, he could have probably put some more money into beefing up or making the button better. And the reason he went with a telescopic switch, you know, that screws in and out, you know, inside instead of, you know, taking the whole outside, you know, the button off, you unscrew it from the inside. The reason he did that is so he could keep it short. You know, it is just as tall as, you know, get something to match it up with. It's just as tall as the V-God Pro Mech 2. The one I'm always featuring in videos. This one will probably be my new mech that I'll be putting RDAs on when I do reviews. Because I love this fucking mech. I still love my V-God, but, you know, I've had it forever. You know, it's time to give it a break. It needs a good vacation, so it's going to be having a good break. And, yeah. But anyway, it's just as tall as that one. So, it is, I believe, on the market. It is the shortest 21700 Mech Mod that you can buy. And, yeah, I mean, that's the only con I can say. The only con is the button's a little crunchy. And there is, if you push it on the side, it's kind of hard to get it to fire. You gotta take your finger and you gotta push directly in the middle, straight up. Straight up to get it to fire. And, that's just because, it's made in China. It's through Vandy Vape. It's their very first mech tube they've ever made. And it's Bogan's first mech tube ever. Everything's not going to be perfect on your first try around. You know what I mean? But for his first try, and for Vandy Vape's first attempt at a mech tube, they did fucking amazing, man. I mean, one con out of everything to do with this, that's pretty fucking good for your first mech tube. I mean, and literally that is the only con I can say. Everything is insulated on the inside. You got a Delrin piece in the bottom, Delrin in the top. To keep your battery. If your battery has a tear in it, it's not going to short out. It's fucking perfect, man. There's no other cons I can say about this. Not one other con. Oh, wait a minute. There is one other con I can say. With the RDA, now I think I showed this and talked about it in the up and close, but I had to remove one of the O-rings up here because it is so fucking tight. Even when you have juice on this, these O-rings in this RDA, and it was the same with the version 1. After I had it for quite a while and they finally got broke in, they loosened up a little bit. It was still snug and tight as shit, but it was, removable and you could put it back on, easier. This motherfucker, man, these O-rings are ridiculously tight. You can pop it off easily, but then when you go to put it back on, you're like, you gotta fucking give it hell to get it back on there. That's gotta be a con, man. Them O-rings are ridiculously tight. Even juiced up. Even when they're juiced up, I know you're sitting there saying, whoa, get some juice on it, lube them up. Trust me, I did. I lubed these fuckers up nice and proper. I even took juice, and instead of just having the condensation juice on there, I fucking took my dripper, man, and I fucking dripped juice all around it, trying to get it in there nice and wet. And it was still so fucking tight. It was ridiculous. So just all you need to do, and one holds it on there perfectly. One isn't, it's not going anywhere. One holds it on beautifully. So, just take your cap off if you're having issues, with putting your cap back on. It's super tight. Just take an O-ring off. That's all I did. I took one of the O-rings off. No leaking. It doesn't leak. It doesn't, anything. It hits fucking beautifully. It is fucking awesome, man. Awesome. Now, price point on this. This one, I believe the wrinkled version right here, you can get it anywhere. I got mine from My V Pro. I definitely would suggest them. They're an amazing online vendor. I've never had any issues with them, and I've never heard of anybody having any issues with them. myvpro.com, and 90% of the time they'll have anything you're looking for. Anything. I looked at many sites and could not find the wrinkled black one. You can find the silver one, the stainless steel one. You can find it anywhere, but you cannot find. Everybody's sold out of the wrinkled black one, and My V Pro had it. So, fucking kudos to them. But yeah, that's definitely a badass online vendor, and the black wrinkled one is going for, I believe, $71.99. So anywhere between 70 and $75 for the wrinkled black one. The stainless steel one is around the $65 mark. So, and the reason that is because, the wrinkled black one takes a little bit more to paint, and, copper is better than stainless steel. So, that's just why this one's a little bit more than the stainless steel one. Now, as far as the colored ones go, I do not know what the price will be on them, but I'm assuming it'll be around the same as either this one or the stainless steel one. It's not going to be over $75. If you find it for more than $75, keep looking, because, you don't have to pay more than that for this. And in my opinion, for a badass 21700 hard-hitting, quality, fucking weighty, solid mech mod for $75 is a steal. Is a fucking steal, man. So that's about all I got for you guys. If you haven't got a Bonza Kit yet, go get you one. And as always, know what you're doing before you get a mech mod like this. Before you deal with any unregulated mods or tubes or anything, know Ohm's law. Know what you're doing. Be safe. Make damn sure that your 510 pin is always protruding. See how that one's sticking out? That gold pin right there is sticking out. Always make sure that they're always sticking out. And it's always nice to have some insulation around the side that's poking out as well. That definitely helps. But yeah, any hybrid tube or anything, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't want to see anybody getting hurt out there. Vaping is to get people off of the fucking stinkies, off the cancer sticks, and you don't need to blow your face off trying to quit cigarettes. So, yeah, that's about all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's B-Man Vapor signing out. And as always, keep on vaping, y'all.